Down. Down. Okay. The channel message for 2/11/26. Down. So this is definitely a love reading. Spirit was saying that you have 3 soulmates in your energy. 1 you have not met, but 2 you have met. The letters J, N, and B might be significant. Very for some of y'all, this is a very large Arab looking man, tall, well built, full beard, full head of hair. And I saw some Arab men in the airport. I'm just gonna say it was an amazing experience. Hey Antoine, what's with the face? All right. So this person loves everything about you. In his eyes, your body is tea. So if you've been having some, self-esteem issues, maybe not liking your body type issues, this person loves everything about you. Saggy breasts, flat booty, all that. Okay. Peace. Oh, you say you came in mid reading, so I don't know what you came in on. But this person really wants to spoil you, wants to take you out on trips, to take you on trips around the world, buy you diamonds and pearls. My spirit team be trying to be funny. With rhyming and stuff. He wants to show you off, and he wants to show you off and be your groupie. Okay, so maybe this person has told you that they want to be your groupie or something like that. I don't know. Oh, that song by Usher. That song by Usher. I'll be your groupie, baby. Yeah. And I'm saying but this is gender neutral. Take it as it resonates. Okay. So, hey, stop. She got on the back of the couch, almost was straddling the back of the couch. So you and your person are in separation. And what I was hearing is that of the 3 people, your person is. So I know Spirit said that you have not met one of them, but you met the other 2. The way they explained it to me is that you have met the other one that you're in separation with. It's just that you have not met the awakened version of that person. But throughout separation, this person has been going through a complete transformation. So this person is loyal, trustworthy, an upstanding citizen, and this person thinks you are as well. Like, they have a lot of respect for you just being a good human. This person is very generous, wants to make sure all of your needs are met in every way imaginable. This person is romantic, passionate, charismatic, loves you out loud, lots of public displays of affection. And like I said earlier, there's been a complete transformation. There's nothing he won't do for you. And again, gender neutral, I'm just saying because I'm a she. Um, whatever your heart desires, and I feel like that they use the heart to indicate like soulmates, a divine union, to also, like, I felt like they were talking about the two of you together will heal each other's hearts, especially from like tough breakups, people constantly disappointing you, um just those kind of like heartbreaking, if you will. I don't really like to use that term, but those heartbreaking experiences, you all will be healing each other. I feel like also you'll be healing each other's inner child. And I was also hearing this person will love you completely. There will be no questions as to where you stand with him. This man's priority is to protect your heart. And I just said that. And also, that also means just being supportive, being emotionally available, being a soft place for you to land. Because that is so important, especially for spiritualists. Because this kind of work takes a lot of energy, and it requires a lot of like pouring of yourself out to people, because every time you do a reading, whether it's collective or individual, you are blending your energy with that person in order to be able to read the energy. So, especially if you're a spiritualist, this person is going to be someone who is going to take care of you just from a human perspective, if that makes any sense. Like, if it's definitely spiritual, it definitely feels intensely spiritual, but your humanness, like the spirit realm, your higher self, your spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels, they can handle the spiritual side of you. But this person is going to be able to handle the physical side. So, and both are important. Like I said, especially if you're someone who is going to be in the spotlight, someone who is going to be speaking a lot and using your voice, and having to travel a lot, and just, doing a lot of worldwide humanitarian efforts, is going to require not just spiritual energy but physical energy, and this person is going to rejuvenate you. Like, it'll be an equal exchange of like, when this person needs you to help them rejuvenate, you'll be that person for them, and you be on a break from work, and then when you need this other person to rejuvenate you, then it's like a constant reciprocal relationship. Lexi Bug, thank you for the gifts. If you want a reading, I can tell you what the prices are. Just let me know. Hey, Cujo. I hope I said that right. Hi. Hi, sir. So, yeah. So, this person, I'm hearing this person is making plans for you. Well, all right. Shoot. Let's pull some cards, get some confirmation. I really want to change the music. However, when I posted on stop Onyx, stop. When I posted on YouTube, they be acting funny because of the music. But let's see what we're working with. I feel like I'm talking slow. I'm just tired. People are probably like, this chick talks way too slow. I've always talked slow. My line name was Droopy because they said I talk real slow, like the damn cartoon. Spirit, tell us more about this divine union, please. Look, Spirit said that y'all are going to be attached at the hip, that you are going to get like matching tattoos, or you might find that when you meet this person, for some of y'all, when you meet this person, y'all are gonna have either matching tattoos already or very similar tattoos, like some symbol or something like that. And I feel like your energy is more reserved, not as flamboyant. Like, and when I say flamboyant, I don't want to like feminize this person because he's very masculine. At least the energy gives me very masculine. But he's just like very outgoing, talks to a lot of people, can relate to people of all walks of life. Just very down to earth, very relatable, very casual, humble, laid back. It gives the energy of like a buppy looking guy where he wears like, you know, maybe polo shirts and khaki shorts that, you know, like not the ones with the cargo pockets and stuff, but like the, you know, I don't know. Like I'm moving my head like, you know, like the dude that, you know, wears flip-flops, like he goes to the grocery store with a polo, some khaki shorts, and some flip-flops. You know, that's the energy. So he's someone who is very attractive and very attractive to other women, but he literally only has eyes for you. Like there's no other woman that can tempt him away from you. And I like that kind of gives me the just saying that because I don't want to make it seem like this person is like superhuman or something like that, because you know women look, men look. It doesn't mean that you have to act on anything. But I mean, like when I say he only has eyes for you, like literally other women repulse him in comparison to the virtues that he realizes you have. And like literally, it's like when he thinks about the idea of not having you in his life, is he gets like physically ill. And so it's gonna be very, and I want to say these things lightly, because I'm not trying to indicate that this is like a unhealthy, codependent, um obsessive relationship. I do feel like there is such a thing as a healthy obsession. And so I feel like this person has like a healthy obsession for you, um not something that, if you say, I need to take some time to myself, I need to go into my office and or my sacred space, and I need to meditate, and I need to just do whatever it is I need to do. And he's not like overbearing like that, where you can't have that alone time, you can't have that time for yourself to do the healing work. um and he's not trying to smother you either. Like, it's so cute because I can see two people where um like, you're doing your thing and he's across the room and just admiring you doing your thing, whatever that is. I was hearing crocheting, and he's just gonna be admiring you and like really trying not to bother you, like a little kid who like sits in the room like at the door, like, I don't want to bother you because you're working, but I just want to be in your presence. Like that type of energy. It's really sweet though. It's very sweet. And he has his own business. You all may, travel in different places and sometimes, but it's gonna be one of those things where like he wants to be around you all the time, or she wants to be around you all the time. And again, it's not like an unhealthy, codependent trauma bond or anything like that. It's just you all vibe so well together, and you enjoy each other's time together so much that like being around each other is just so cool and laid back. And I'm not saying you would never have a disagreement, but your disagreements aren't really disagreements. Like that's the type of energy. Um the It's just like this person is really gonna baby you. And I feel like that's something that you need, to just be babied. Because that is a way to heal your inner child. You said, girl. For real, spirit is channeling through me, because I know that my higher self is communicating with me, because I get a sensation on my back, but on my shoulder. And when I was channeling the message before I got on here, it was so intense. I was like, what is about to happen? It is so intense. You said, when I tell you all hell has broken loose, oh my God. You said, I don't know. I just hopped on, but spot on. Okay. All hell has broken loose since the reading. Oh my God. You said, I don't get paid until Thursday. Okay, that's fine. So with the chick I told you, wasn't it? Oh hell. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, well, let's see. Some cards may come out for you. You said distant and just completely acting totally different. Yeah, to be honest with you, I was gonna tell you, this was part of your last reading. I was actually gonna tell you that Spirit was saying that, so I feel like Spirit was saying that it was really gonna have to be a separation, because that's the only way the person is going to understand and appreciate you for who you are. So there's gonna have to be a separation. But that's what they were saying at the last reading. And I meant to inbox you. But I don't think, but there was no, what I'm saying is that there's going to be a separation, but it's like a good separation to bring you all back together. It's not finality. But she's definitely going to have to experience an awakening. She's definitely going to have to go through a whole ass tower moment. Hell, moments. In order to, sorry y'all, in order to really be ready, willing, and available. And you know, I truly don't like giving messages like that, because people still have free will. And I say things like, and I want you to remember that this is the energy right now, today. Even though I am reading future energy, just understand that, you know, because I just want you to keep that part in perspective. I don't want to dismiss that part. You said, good child, my little heart can take another break. I know. I feel you. I feel the same way. And this was in here. This is in the wrong deck. So, she about to get fucked up over you. Your spirit team is like, we about to fuck this motherfucker up. You said, but you did tell me not to be attached to the outcome, and I've been holding space for that idea. Okay, good. Come on, team. Yeah, they about to take, when you, is it a song? Take me through there, baby. When I tell you, that's why I said, thank you for the follows. That's why I said, it's about to be some shit where she about to have multiple tower moments. Okay. And that is your spirit team whooping that ass. What usually happens is the person may get, and this is not, we're not talking about spell work at all. We are talking about tearing someone down spiritually in a tower moment, metaphorically, spiritually, to be able to build them back up as a brand new structure. You have to be demolished, torn down, obliterated in order to become a new creature. It's just like the butterfly situation. That shit liquefies in the damn cocoon before it can become a butterfly. That is literally what must happen to you during an awakening. And so typically people will have ascension symptoms. So they may, have a cold or just be dealing with allergies and all that stuff. Um, and like one guy I dealt with, I knew we were supposed to be together. And when I tell you my spirit team ripped him to shreds. This man had to take a leave of absence from work. I had a whole ass dream that we were in a movie theater type environment and he was down lower than me sitting, and my spirit team surrounded him and jumped his ass in the movie theater. I didn't even want to watch. One of my guys was next to me like, watch, get up, watch this, watch. And I was like, I don't want to see him get beat up. But man, they were taking him through there. And we not together. So they were just taking him through there like, you big dummy. You should love that from me. Thank you for saying that. You look so pretty. Thank you. In which field? What you mean in which field? I feel like liquid. We both sick. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what happens. Child, that's what happened. So, yeah. She gonna be and I mean, if both of y'all are going through it, you're both probably gonna be taken down through there together. Okay, yeah. It is for sure. Because some days I'll just get like a sinus headache. Like it'll be sitting right here. And there'll be so much pressure. So yeah, this person you in separation with, they got a lot they want to say, but they're scared to say it. Some of them, they may be still traumatized from some female who damn stuck them for their paper. And we have the Judgment in reverse. Oh shoot, hold on now. Yeah, I feel like this person feels like he's just gonna be judged or rejected by you. It gives the energy of a lot of insecurity. Like someone who's just thinking about how to approach you, what to say to you, kind of discontented, just being by themselves. And that's part of the whole awakening process as well. I said a divine union, two star beings coming together. Yeah, I was saying just unhappy, just not feeling like themselves. I feel like this person is very powerful in their own right, very powerful spiritually, very powerful, um, like in a natural sense as well, very successful in their business, but has just gone through a lot of turmoil in relationships. And I feel like this is spirit is saying like not knowing how to walk away, not knowing how to leave the past in the past. Hi, Caitlin. This is like, yeah. So yeah, this person that you're in separation with definitely has to have a damn whole ass awakening. And this is the energy this person is giving before the awakening process. So like it's giving the energy of maybe it started out cool. You all had fun together, maybe did like some kitty type sports like maybe bumper cars or bowling or something like that, but the person just was not emotionally mature enough to handle like the strong feelings so early on, like wanting to tell you they're in love with you and not knowing why because they don't even really know you, um like basically thinking about marriage and proposal and all those things very immediately, upon getting to know you. And so it scares people. It can be a very scary thing because especially when you meet your person, like if you're in a divine union, like there's a difference between soulmates and a divine union. A divine union is just like it sounds. It's orchestrated by the divine. Can't nothing stop it. Can't nothing come in betweenst. Okay, it is absolutely positively going to happen because when these two people come together, you are fulfilling a prophecy. So when you have a situation like that, when it is completely orchestrated by the divine, it doesn't matter how this person presented themselves initially, the divine is going to get them right. Period. Oh, you talked about starting a family? Okay. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it was like maybe the person right away was like, I'm totally fine with starting a family with you. I'm totally fine. I think it's amazing if you were pregnant by me type energy. Um, or however that looks for your relationship, Um, everybody's like, in a different situation. So I'm not trying to insult anyone's preference. Okay, Caitlin, do you want I do paid readings, so let me know if you want to do a paid reading. It ranges between 1111 for a question, 2222, and then 3333. You say yes, we have baby names picked out already. Okay. Okay. I'm glad it's resonating, child. But yeah, with that, with the emotional immaturity, and look, the sun. So this is definitely the reconciliation on the other side of this person's awakening. And the sun is like an awakening, you know, when you awaken in the AM. I still say morning for those people who have an issue with the word morning. Good morning. You said, I'm sorry, totally respect that, but I don't have the education. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. So I do feel like this person is coming in quickly. And if you have them blocked, they're going to figure a way around that block. I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but they're going to figure a way around that. You said I can tell she's definitely holding back. No, she isn't blocked. Okay. And look, I said if you have them blocked, they're going to get around the block. Damn. So I definitely feel like this person is under judgment, is what I'm hearing. Spiritual judgment. Because, yeah, both of y'all are star beings. Like I said, star beings are coming together to create divine unions. Because two star beings can create supernatural beings. Mhm. So I feel like this is an interesting interpretation, but I feel like even though this is in the reverse, spirit drew my attention to this like Egyptian lion, I guess, on here, and the chariot. So the chariot is pushing the wheel upright. So because I said earlier that the person was coming in quickly. So I feel like the more the person has like builds up the courage to come forward, to talk to you, to truly tell you how they feel, to just allow themselves to be completely vulnerable. That is what moves the chariot towards you. That is what turns the wheel of fortune in the upright. Why you say, oh shit, what happened? What happened? Spirit, let's get some confirmation. We have access denied, and I said if the person is blocked. So for some of y'all, your person may be blocked. Star beings, I'm interested to understand what that means. So star beings are like, so like the ancient Egyptians were from the Sirius B planet. And so we have toxic family, and that could be part of this person's problem, is that their family is extremely toxic, either you or both of y'all, where you have people who are discouraging you from being in a relationship, discouraging you from finding love, saying you fall in love too quick, saying that you don't know how to pick people, so you don't need to be in a relationship or marriage, shit like that, you know. And also, too, toxic families will know that their person is in love with someone but be trying to bring the fucked up ex back. Like, don't do that. Don't be messy. Hi, Janaya. I hope I said that correctly. So, yeah, you got some toxic ass family. And their asses is under judgment, too. Shit. So here it said, they can't fuck with you. You too protected. All these people under judgment. All of them. And look at this. Starseed energy. Confirmation. Oh, but like, if you're still here, Starseed is basically that you have like supernatural DNA. You're in a physical body, but you're not really of here or from here. You come from another, like, there's different star seeds, and I'm not an expert on that. There's a girl on here who does a lot of starseed work. Her name, I think, is Wakanda Starseed. I think she does pretty good with like channeling and all that stuff. But I don't get into like the different star races. But I believe it's like, I believe, is Lemuria one? I don't think that's a planet though. But I know that like the original beings who established the earth supernaturally were from like planets like Sirius B. Oh shoot, y'all gonna have some amazing intimacy. I like it though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes, you said it's fire actually. Yes, honey. Oh yeah. Yeah, they are freak. Your twerk win is top notch. And how did that come out after Amazing Intimacy? That's wild. I love you too, girl. It said, fuck them church folks. So you remember I was talking about their toxic ass family, and some of these people could have some whack ass friends around them. Like, I was talking to this guy the other day, just a friend of mine, and he was talking about how one of his friends, who's a female, was trying to hook him up with, you know, on blind dates and stuff with people he might like. And he said the person on the date was like the absolute complete opposite of what he likes. And I was just like, how homegirl's your friend and she don't know your type? I'm like, that's some slick shit that so-called friends will do. Okay? Because they want you. Spirit is about to surprise you. Okay. Spirit said there's a time and a place to be ratchet. Yeah, these people, they were, you know, playing on your top, being ratchet, being damn, you know, It's like that energy of people wanting to fight you because you're pretty and you have long hair. Like, get the fuck out of here. And that's also like a jealous energy, a hateful energy, the energy of people who don't want to see you in a loving, happy relationship because they miserable as hell. You said me and my friend and quotes fell out about us dating, and it's like, girl, bye, yeah. People, it's one thing if you are getting upset because your friend is keeping it real with you, like especially if it's an abusive relationship. Like, come on now, we got to do better than this. We have to expect better than this. And you get mad about that, like you can't really be mad about it. You can, but if it's just somebody being petty and catty and trying to downplay your relationship and throw shade and little snide remarks and shit. You said spot the fuck on. Oh, thank you for saying that. You said book my good sis. Yes, please book me. Hi, Katie. They said no, they briefly interacted. And sis is definitely in her feelings. Okay. Spirit say you don't chase, you attract. So like I feel like this person, especially if it's a masculine, this person is like, I'm used to women chasing after me. Or I'm used to people chasing after me. And then you come along and you're not chasing. And they're trying to figure out, like, they don't know what to do with that. Sometimes that alone will be like, send someone in running in the other direction. Because when people, especially from a man's perspective, when women do all of the work to get them and show them how much they like them and want them and all that shit, that just, it makes them lazy, complacent. It puts the woman in a position where you have to plan everything. You have to initiate everything. You got to do everything. And, deep down, I don't think men really respect that. I could be wrong. I'm not a man. But I think low key they like that shit because it makes it easier, but they don't really respect it in the long run. Like after a while that shit gets old and then they like, I should have fucked with old girl that was making it hard for me. You said, girl, get out of my business. You said, I am not doing that. I'm not chasing shit. Yeah, I feel you. Worried, this person worried and anxiety going through this damn tower moment. Yeah, so I think that is a challenge for this person, is having to be like the initiator, the person to go after the other person, because they just so used to getting catered to by women. And it's not like they won't spend money, like, and I'm not, look, we got enough trafficking going on out here. I'm not promoting a transactional situation, but all I'm saying is like, it's an equal exchange. Like as much as you pour into this person, they're also pouring into you, investing in you. But it's just, I think the initial chase is what men like really low key crave. I get that there's a different climate of men, because I hate to say it, but if you are a mama's boy, that creates a different type of man. And so I'm not talking about that type of energy. You said he told me, yeah, I'm doing a lot right now, but I'm not there how he needs me to be. He said, very true, but they're mean as a rattlesnake. Right. And Spirit said, you paying them zero attention. Zero attention. He said she was fucking mean, but I think it's hurt. It's hurt more than anything. Yeah, for sure. And like we had access denied, paying them no attention. And that's what I was just saying is messing them up the most. Because they're like, I'm not used to not getting all the attention and women falling out over me and flocking to me. For some of y'all, this could be a celebrity. For some of y'all, this could be a celebrity. And it's giving the energy of like, you met a celebrity, but you didn't know that this was a celebrity. And so it's really messing them up in the head, because it's like, I'm a celebrity. Like, people know me. I have a big social media presence. Maybe a professional athlete or something like that. Like, people know me. It's that energy. But when you met this person, or when you meet this person, you're not going to know all of that. And you're going to treat them like a regular ass human being. And they not used to that. They not. This could be a water sign: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm hearing you are a spiritual warrior. Yeah, that's starseed energy. That star being, and being a star as well, is like being in the spotlight, being an icon, a household name, that type of energy. Okay, you're a Scorpio. Goddess energy. I was just talking about the gods and goddesses of ancient Egypt. Being starseed energy. And so I've been saying for months that these beings have reincarnated in this lifetime. Thank you for the follow and the gifts. Yeah, these guys, thank you. These gods and goddesses have reincarnated and are walking this earth. They sure are. And they look just like me and you. You said, Ryan here, can we read me? Can we read me? If you want to pay for a reading, Ryan, you said, oh, you want to do an extended reading tonight? Are you talking about? I think that's Maricela. I hope I pronounced that correct. um correctly. You can, if you want to pay for a reading, let me know. Okay, are you just let me know when you send it. It's 33.33 for an extended. Oh, excuse me. All right, let me finish. And Spirit is saying, you earn this. You earn this divine union. You did the work. This person has been doing the work, but they had not had their awakening yet until they met you. When they met you, that you started to awaken them. You said, do you do readings for the gifts given? No. Thank you. Okay, Chelsea, you just wanted like a general reading or what kind of reading? Somebody could be Latina or Latino. A general in love. Okay. Alright, so Spirit, what does Chelsea need to know? I'm just cleaning up these other cards right quick. Alright, so Spirit, what does Chelsea need to know? Well, they want me to burn some incense, so I can tell you that you need to do a cleansing. So I would say a cleansing of your house, and you could just do like a water cleanse in the shower, or you could do like a hold on, I gotta do this puzzle thing. Come on now. It takes forever. Um yeah, like you could do like a spiritual bath or a just some kind of cleanse, and then cleanse your house. Like you could use incense, or you could use, Palo, I'm sure you know, but Palo Santo, and um stop. Stop. I feel like somebody's been doing spell work on you or tried to. And so I feel like you're very heavily protected. Okay. Oh. Now, when you say the person, are you talking about are you talking about from when I said someone doing spell work? Oh, AE is the love part, the love reading part. Okay, the divine connection. Okay. But I do feel like someone is doing some kind of spell work. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like candles and incantations and all that stuff. It could just be like talking shit. I definitely feel like you need to stop talking to people about your personal life, like your relationship and things like that, because it's giving the energy of like a friend group talking behind your back, um like very jealous energy. But it's like the more information you give them, the more they talk shit about you behind your back. um and the energy of the friend group is like none, not now one of them got any room to talk shit about anybody. Not a little bit of room. And so you're very heavily protected. You're saying yes, yes, yes. And you're very heavily protected, but I feel like spirit wants you to do a cleanse just as like a personal act of cleansing these people out of your energy. Um it's sometimes in the natural they want us to do certain things to either break something or be able to, what I'm hearing is send a message back to the person that sent that bullshit your way. um so what happens is, like, I'm gonna give you an example. So somebody was doing like, and this, look, I'm not trying to shade anybody, but just be careful of these spiritualists doing um like money rituals on live and just different rituals, because some of these people are so evil that they will have people pay to be a part of a ritual and do spell work on the people through the ritual. So like what happens is there's an energy exchange. So if someone is saying, "Oh, hey, I'm doing a money ritual this week. If you would like to have your name spoken, or you want your name on a piece of paper within the money ritual, or whatever the case may be, just if you want to be included, it's $5, $10 or whatever." So you giving them your money is an energy exchange, is you giving them permission to tap into your energy, to connect to your energy for this ritual. And so what people will do is they will take that ritual and they will harm the people who paid them for the ritual or included themselves in the ritual. Because some spiritualists will say, if you're a subscriber or if you belong to my group or my Patreon or whatever, I'll include your name for free. You just have to tell me that you want to be included. So instead of you exchanging money as energy, you're giving them permission by saying, yes, I want to be included, I want to be attached to this ritual. And so there was one instance where my spirit guides told me to get up and do a foot soak because I don't have a tub to do a spiritual bath. They said, get up and do it now. It was like midnight. And I had to do it as an act of solidarity with my team and to show this person that my power is real. Because what ended up happening was I simultaneously did this foot soak, like right around the time this ritual was taking place, and I didn't even know it. And subsequently, the bowl that was used for the ritual completely broke, just straight up cracked in half. And so, those, like, and spirit warns people that way. People really get major warnings like that. And especially, I mean, first of all, I think it's crazy work for a spiritualist to be doing spell work on other spiritualists, because you just never know. You never know who exactly you're dealing with when you're dealing with a true spiritualist. And so, yeah, like, and like, people will also, because when you have, like, with these rituals are a real thing, because it's basically like the saying from the Bible, when two or more are gathered, like, the power of prayer is more powerful, the manifestation power is more powerful, because you're putting multiple energies together in agreement on something. And so when you have people join a ritual, pay for the ritual, and all that stuff, you are then able to attach whatever spell work, incantation to multiple energies. And in people's minds, they're bringing like a whole, like, say there's 50 people in the ritual. These spiritualists who are doing it, and I'm not saying all people are doing it like this, but these people who are doing it for evil are basically like trying to attach to the energy of everyone participating, and trying to like vamp off the energy, destiny swap, take their money, take their business, take their fame, because these people are so, they want to be like, for lack of better terms, I'm hearing the Messiah. Like, they want to be the Messiah. They want to be Isis. They want to be, ancient deities reincarnated. And so when they see someone who is, then they're on a mission to stop you from progressing. And it boggles my mind, because if you see someone from a spiritual perspective and you know that they're powerful, extremely powerful, and then you proceed to do the spell work anyway, like, you've seen from a spiritual perspective, these people can see your protection team. They can see your higher self, who's huge. They can see every angel, archangel, all the beings and energies that are swirling around you constantly, protecting you and cleansing your aura. But this person or these people still did the bullshit. And Chelsea, am I still doing your reading? This is weird. I'm not going to say weird, but this is interesting, because I've just been channeling, and this is your reading. It felt like a collective. What the hell? I feel like now that I'm saying that, I feel like you are a collection of energies. I don't want to scare you because I realize that you're still kind of learning like spirituality and stuff like that. Um but you are definitely a very powerful being. You are what would be called like a collective of energies. Like your energy is so big that you can encompass like you can encompass multiple beings. And I don't, the word encompass me sounds kind of strange in that context, but I'll say you are able to inhabit more than one vessel in a lifetime. Um, I'm doing a reading right now, so I will answer your question after the reading. Um, Janaya, if you want to pay for a reading, let me know. But so let me see what else Spirit needs to say. Okay, let me ask them about AE, the love part. So one thing I feel like they're saying is that these people will do stuff like send spell work towards you. Are these people like spiritualists? Because it's given the energy that they get together and they send spell work to you, and then they'll call you to check on it, like, hey girl, what's up, what you doing? And so spirit wants you to say that you just did a spiritual cleansing or a bath. Like the next time one of them calls, I was like, hey, what you doing? Just be like, oh, I just got finished taking a spiritual bath, just cleansing my energy of any negativity, spell word, blah blah blah, however you want to word it. But I feel like that's gonna have an impact. It may not. It's not gonna have an impact, fully. You really need to cut people off, and I think you know who you need to cut off. But it's gonna like they're gonna be a little freaked out for sure. All right, so love reading with AE. Higher soul spirit, what is it that Chelsea needs to know about AE? So the energy of this person, the energy of this person is like this video that this guy put out where he was like, this mother, he was like, this dating shit ain't for the weak. He's like, I love you, but I hate you. I want to be around you, but I can't stand you. And I want you to go, but I want you to come back. But I want you to, like, it's like, I want you to go, but I want you to stay. You said literally. Yeah, that's definitely the energy. I feel like this person has a really funny sense of humor, though. Is that true? You said all we do is laugh. Okay, yeah, because I'm like, I'm over here laughing. I don't even know what the fuck I'm laughing about, but I feel like I feel like this person funny as hell. Um, there's definitely a lot of inner turmoil. I don't want to put this person's business out there like that, but it gives the energy of like SA, maybe in childhood. Divine, no, I'm doing a personal reading. You said, but like I said earlier, mean is a rattlesnake. And you say yes, accurate. Okay. Yeah. That's tough because it takes a lot of work, a lot of therapy, a lot of acknowledgement. And so this person is given the energy of not even wanting to acknowledge it, like will tell you about it or tell you it happened, but there's like a conflict within where it's like part of her wants to completely suppress it, forget it, ignore it, pretend like it's not there. But then the other part is really having a hard time with it. So it's like it's, I don't want to use the term tug of war necessarily, but it's like a tussle between like I feel this and I deal with this, but I'm trying to convince my brain not to. And so, and it's not working. You said, but I feel like that's it. Yeah, it's not working at all. And so I definitely feel like that's why the tower moment is necessary because you really have to, because I do feel like you are, we're all empathic, but I feel like you definitely absorb her energy to the point where she's able to like kind of stabilize and regulate her nervous system to an extent, but it's draining the hell out of you energetically. You said, is that why she's being so distant? um I think part of the reason is because your spirit guides have already started mollywopping her spiritually. And also I think because, yes, because she has to deal with that, it is going to make it, make her feel distant and things like that, because all of those feelings and emotions and everything just being stirred up is very unsettling. You said, which is why she wants me to be around, but then feels agitated that I'm there. Right. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Um, and also too, it's like it's the energy of resenting the fact that she feels like she needs you. So it's giving like the energy of, I can do this on my own. I don't need anybody. Da 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 da. Like a very so I want to use the word self-made, but just very independent, not wanting to be vulnerable. And when somebody makes you feel that vulnerable, it's like you are gonna sabotage it, because people just don't want to feel that vulnerable. And that's what I was talking about in the collective. You said, yep, that's her. Yeah. Yeah, people don't, that is a very, so it's triggering too. So like I said, when you are with somebody that you have that much of a connection with, you trigger whatever is um the trauma that they're not dealing with. So your light literally aggravates her demons. I'm not saying that she's demonic or anything like that, but it's just another way of saying that you you trigger awakenings. And when you have an awakening, you then have to look at yourself. You have to look at the trauma. You have to look at the issue, whatever it is. And so you constantly put her in a state of having to look at herself. You said, "Oh, I don't want to be triggering for her. Damn, but my light is shining the dark places." Yeah, I mean, it's not something that you're doing maliciously or anything like that. That really just comes with the territory of um being, a person that helps to awaken people. Like, I do that to people and I have no idea what's happening. Like, just my presence alone triggers people. Cause I don't know how many people, I can't even count how many people have been like, there's something about her. I don't know nothing about her. I've never even heard her say a word, but I don't like her. And I feel like, God damn. Like, what the fuck did I do? I just walked in the room? Shit. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah, like, it has nothing to do with you or your intentions for her or anything like that. And she knows that. It's just that when you recognize someone who is um a healer, like a gifted individual, someone who is shining light on people. I think I told you were karmic justice the last time in your reading. And that just basically means you help to balance people out. You help to or walk in karma. Yeah. You help to just awaken people. You help to, like, you're basically, so your energy is so important that when you come into someone's life, they have two choices. They can do you right or do you wrong. And either way, they gonna get either blessed or fucked up. And when they mess with someone who has the energy of walking karma or an earth angel, or like those are kind of synonymous, if you do that energy dirty, it ain't like I'm not. There's definitely different levels to this spirituality shit. There's different levels to people's ranks in the spirit realm. There's different levels to people's abilities and consciousness and all that stuff. So yes, people of higher rank, earth angels, karmic justice, um those energies and individuals are very heavily protected. They typically have instant return to senders because they are the most attacked individuals on this planet. Attacked in the natural, in the spiritual, all that. All that shit. And you said that's why people like us stay single, for real. You too, Nikki. Have a blessed night. Okay, thank you. Hi, Mari. Thank you for joining. You said, of course, but I can see how that has panned out in my life. Thank you for the follow. So yeah. So if you said that's the story of your life, and so that's typical. You trigger people without even knowing what you're doing. And when you have energy as big as yours, where your energy is so big and so, like, I'm hearing massive, that's a very high ranking spiritual being. When you can encompass multiple vessels at the same time, like, that's next level. Okay, let's just put it out there. And so when your energy is that big, you can literally be just on a street, on a block, and your energy is affecting people for miles. So it does not matter what you do. Oh, you can inbox me if you want. Like, did you want a private reading? But let me stop getting distracted, because let me finish Chelsea's reading. Spirit, is there anything else that you want Chelsea to know? Let me pull a couple cards for you. But Chelsea, just as much as she has her end of the bargain to uphold, you have your end of the bargain as well. And so there's some things that Spirit is saying that you need to do with regard to, like, romantic relationships, and it's given the energy of, like, maybe trust issues. Maybe you have a tendency to sabotage relationships. It's something about you that you can work on as well. You said, Lord have mercy. You said yes. Okay. Too many people randomly talk to me. I don't know which is worse out of that. Well, I get that too. I get that shit too. I mean, my energy is like either you love it or you hate it. I mean, There's very little in between. Um, it's very powerful, and I know that I like it affects people because like literally my energy is so powerful it puts people to sleep. Like I'll be talking to people and I know that I talk slow and I can be long-winded. Don't talk shit about me because I hear it. But like I'll watch people, like we may be having like an interesting conversation, laughing, and I'll watch people go like this. And I'm like, yeah, it's my energy. Um I know like everybody I've dated has been like, I sleep so well around you. I've never slept that well. So when you have big energy, you're going to like really, and that's the thing because when you have energy like that, you have very healing energy too. So a lot of times people are like being put to sleep to try to heal them. Yeah, so like you see the sun card in reverse, I feel like this is her inner child trauma energy that needs to be healed cuz like we have the 3 of swords as well for like healing, heartbreak. But definitely positive changes coming out of the cold. I feel like you're giving this energy the Knight of Wands and the King of Cups energy. Like the knight, I feel like spirit is saying the Knight of Wands is like signifying your spiritual rank, your royalty, your energy is high ranking, official, all of those things with the Knight of Wands. And then with the King of Cups, just being like a very nurturing, wise, caring individual, pouring into others. And this is consciously and unconsciously. Because, like I said, when you have big healing energy like that, it's definitely going to um, it really does anger people because also too this is the energy she's in as well. It's the energy because she has all of this childhood trauma that she's dealing with. There's a big part of her that feels like she's not worthy of your love. So I don't know if she's actually articulated that or what, but part of the distance, part of the frustration, all of those things is that she feels like she's not worthy of you, of your virtue, of your unconditional love, and all of that. And so, you said no, she hasn't. Yeah, but that's the energy that it gives is that she really the healing part of her journey is going to enable her to be able to receive love. And so that may be a message for you too, because like Spirit was saying, there's some things that you need to be able to do, that you need to be working on from like a romantic relationship standpoint. And so if you Don't, if you're doing all this pouring into people, pouring into people, pouring into people, and you don't know how to receive, then that's something that you need to work on as well. It's like you all are mirroring each other. So just as much as you are reflecting herself back to her, she's reflecting you back to you. And you say, yes, yeah. So I would definitely focus on, being able to receive love. And I feel like the love that you need to receive first is self-love. Like forgiveness, forgiving yourself, not beating yourself up for past decisions or what you felt like were mistakes, or poor relationship decisions, or whatever you feel like you're grieving, because it's given the energy that you're grieving some things as well. I think that because of how your energy is set up, you can manage how you feel a little bit better than she does, but it's still, both of y'all are grieving the past. You say yes, all the things you're saying. Yeah, you're definitely, it's definitely giving the energy of grieving the past. Um, and that's basically the barrier to the happiness, to you all being happy, like, and I say that lightly because I don't really like talking about blockages, because everything is energy, everything is fluid, everything is constantly moving. And so I just don't claim blockages for myself. I'm not, trying to unblock anything. I just, anytime that I feel like I'm struggling with something, I just ask my spirit team to cleanse and clear the energy, to help me to deal with whatever it is that I'm dealing with, to help me to, um, whatever it is. I was asking them for help earlier today. I was like, what was I asking them help with? It was just kind of like getting out of kind of a funky energy. Um, because I was saying to myself earlier, I was like, I know who I am. I know that my abundance is coming. I know that my life is going to be amazing. Not that it's not amazing right now, because I have everything I need, and that's what's important right now. But to be able to live in an energy of having everything you want and need, um, I am like anticipating that. But at the same time, because I have been so patient for so long, it gets to be daunting. Like, how much longer do I have to be patient? I was getting readings years ago about your family is taken care of, you're taken care of. And that was years ago. And so I'm like, I get future readings, but did it have to be like 3, 4 years ago? So I'm just like, I was telling them I'm struggling with being patient and knowing in my heart that my life is going to look totally different, but just not having any clue as to when, because my spirit team wants to surprise me so badly. And they're like, nope, we're not telling you. Nope, we're not giving you any information, any readings. We're just going to generally tell you you are going to be just fine. Everything is safe. Everything is secure. They give me a lot of reassurance. And I definitely appreciate that, because that's keeping me in the game for sure. Because there's been so many times when I wanted to just give up. And, they just would keep saying, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be good, just keep hanging in there. So I feel like I need to pull a couple more cards for you. Chelsea, are you still here? Lord. I feel like Spirit is saying that you are being released from a poverty mentality prison of the mind. So if you've struggled financially in the past, if you have felt like you made poor investments and things like that, Spirit is bringing you out of the energy of like just um, financial despair or imprisonment. And you see, there's a sign in the back that says not hiring. So definitely, like, it's giving the energy of being discontented with work, knowing that you're not really built for a 9 to 5, knowing that you are an entrepreneur, basically like hating your job, not having much money, not getting paid your worth. Because I definitely feel like you're a skilled individual, but you don't get paid what you should get paid. Yeah, and Spirit is saying get rid of that so-called community. You gotta like, this is you not having boundaries with the change in the reverse, and this community, they needs to go. Chelsea, are you still here, child? So I don't know if you have like a male friend or a masculine energy who has been coming against you, but this masculine is about to be in poverty. There's a wealthy man that is going to end up in poverty, and it could be like a father figure, but somebody is going to be left in poverty. Somebody that have money, somebody that has money that will flaunt their money in front of you but wouldn't support you. Is that how your father is? Because it's giving the energy of somebody who would be like, oh yeah, like I definitely got plenty of money, but then they know that you're struggling month to month to make ends meet, and they know that you've done all the work necessary to get to where you are in life. Like, you went to school, you did what you thought you were supposed to do as far as career wise and things like that, but they're low paying jobs, like state jobs don't pay much. And maybe you have advanced degrees, but it's, because of the line of work, it doesn't necessarily pay that much. And so you say, yes, that's exactly my dad. Oh yeah, well, Spirit said he about to be in poverty. Damn. And actually, while you playing, this could also be your family here. They wanted to see you in despair. And this community is could be like multiple family members wanting to see you in poverty, but they really about to be in poverty. Because Spirit said, oh no, fuck that. I could never see myself doing that. I don't care how old my children are. Now, I'm not going to help somebody to my detriment, especially if you're grown and fully capable of going to work. But if my kids came to me and was like, "Ma, I really need your help with XYZ. I really need like, a couple $1,000 to get me through the next couple of months." I could never see myself saying no to my children when I know I have it. And then see, this is the thing. My children don't ask me for much. And that's the other thing. It's like, especially when you don't ask for much, and these niggas be flaunting their money in front of you, knowing you struggling, and still not offer. And then when you ask them for some help, they give you a lecture, a whole bunch of shit about needing to ask for money. But meanwhile, these motherfuckers, and I'm not saying this is 1,000% your dad, but this the energy is given right now is people who would be very in a very bad place financially if it wasn't for people helping them. So the same motherfuckers that want to be like, why do you need money? Why can't you manage money? Why can't you do this? Why can't you? No, we're not doing all that. Like that type of energy whenever you ask for money, those be the same people that exactly what they have today and what they've been able to achieve and accomplish has been off of the backs of other people. Whether that be resources, contacts, whatever the case is. You said literally. And you said my dad got a settlement and gave me $400. Oh my God. You said it was so nasty and distasteful. It's him through and through. Oh, it was like $40,000. Okay, literally. Yeah, you said my grandparents and they're both deceased. Okay. Yeah, so honey, let me tell you, when the divine orchestrates for somebody to be, for a wealthy person to be impoverished, you are heavily protected. Okay, honey? Like, just please know that when your spirit team pops out and is like, we are fixing to impoverish niggas, baby, you have a very big purpose. Please believe me. You have a very high calling, and you are here for a very special purpose. Because the way your spirit team be molly-whopping people, I promise you, the things that happen to people as a result of fucking with me, I really don't be wanting my spirit team to even tell me on some real shit. I don't even want to know. You said, come on, friend. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that helped you. And thank you for trusting me with your energy. I appreciate you. So, yeah, child. These folks, I'm telling you, they have no idea who they are messing with. You said, I love me some of you. I love you too, girl. No idea who they are messing with. You said, I love me some of you. I love you too, girl. Hey, Billy. People look at us and be like, oh, it's just a regular bitch. Uh-uh. I could show you better. Well, I'm not gonna say I, because it's not me. It's my spirit team can show you better than I can tell you. Because the thing is too, that when you have big energy, you have a very powerful energy, you have a very big purpose. People can feel that energetically. They may not be able to articulate it. They may not understand what it is. They may not know what's happening around them. But from an energetic perspective, their spirit just knows that you're not regular. You're different from other people, and you have, giftings that aren't accessible to certain people, to most people. Like, we all have the clairs. We all, we can all do stuff like remote viewing and things like that. But there are, ancient sacred beings that are on this planet, and they hold, their energy holds ancient sacred gifts that cannot be bestowed on just anybody, because it's very powerful, it's world changing, it's life changing. And you have to be careful. Like, I'm not gonna say you, but the divine has to be careful of who has access to such powerful gifts, because you could really take this bitch out of here, like implode the earth with that type of energy. And you said, wow, Jedi. But seriously, like, I really need for people to understand the magnitude of people walking around here to just look like you and me, and spirit just be waiting for you to fuck with them so that they can rip you a new one. I was crying the other day because I encountered somebody and I was like, fuck, I already know I'm gonna have to be their karma. And I was just like, why, God? Why? I'm like, why do I have to be this to this person again? Because in the process, this person is having to fuck with me, is having to burden me, is having to stress me out, is having to, like, fuck with my mind, fuck with my emotions. Being walking karma is not a fucking glorious job. And that shit ain't for nobody weak either. This shit is not for the weak, because it's constant. People coming against you. Like, I encountered somebody, she was coming at me so hard, and I don't even know this lady like that, and was coming at me and was dead wrong on top of that, and ended up having to apologize. And I'm like, but did it take all of that shit? You came at me like on 3 different occasions before you decided to realize that, oh, my bad. Like, the fuck? Yeah, it's dead wrong. Yeah, people are wilding out here. But thank you for trusting me with your energy, Chelsea. Thank you for supporting my business. I'm going to pull some cards from this true emotional deck. Let's see what the T is. Love you too, girl. Okay, so somebody's ashamed. Somebody out here embarrassing themselves. This is a collective now. But it could be a continuation. I don't know. You know, spirit be tricky like that sometimes. But that card is giving the energy of somebody being embarrassed publicly. And I feel like if the wealthy man becoming impoverished resonates with other people as well, it's giving the energy that this person is going to be publicly disgraced. Like, not just we gonna take your money and put it where it's supposed to be, because it's, for some people it gives the energy that like a father figure has been living the way they've been living because of your money, like they somehow stole your money. It's given the energy of like a life insurance policy, well, where maybe they now I really don't know how this happens, but maybe it's possible, like depending upon the year. So like, you know, the technology and the things that happened back in like the 60s and 70s, because of the advancement in technology, the computers, the internet, like all of those things talk to each other now. People could pull off shit like faking a death, saying that the baby died at birth or some shit, like having a life insurance policy on the baby, and then saying that the baby passed away somehow, and you know, having somebody draw up like a fake death certificate. Let me tell you something. And especially if you have a common name, like there's a lot of ways that people could finagle stuff back in the day versus today. So there's definitely going to be these people that have, now we get into like a money type reading. These people who have tried to shame you about money, they're going to be the ones that are going to be publicly shamed for stealing your money. And they're going to be impoverished as a result. Because like it's given the energy of like where a court case, it's like what they're showing me, this shit is so convoluted and so intricate. Like it's given the energy of such an intricate plot. Like maybe somehow like they got a hold of an inheritance that you were supposed to get or something like that, and it's given the energy of like them using that money to like invest in all these other businesses and have other people invest in them, and like it's giving a Fed case energy, because it's like they took your money and then they created these other businesses, which is technically your money still, and then it's connected to like hedge funds and investment funds and all this. Like, you would not even be able to imagine the types of things that wealthy people get into to make their money grow, to have their money multiplying on autopilot. And I'm not just talking about the stock market or Bitcoin or anything like that. I'm talking about like creating businesses that serve their friend's business, or just coming up with like, it's giving money laundering schemes, because you could create an organization and say it's a charitable organization. You could be a 501c3, not pay any taxes or anything like that, and just be laundering money through it. Like, it's giving that energy. This is wild. This is wild. And so I feel like this might be a couple involved. So if it's not your parents, it could be a parent and a step parent. It could be foster parents, adopted parents. It could just, I feel like there's some kind of relationship that's attached to this. And Spirit is like, it's too late to get out of this. It's too late to get out of this. It's too late to apologize. And you done fuck with a divine being on top of that. They're like, oh yeah, time is up. The time is now. Spirit said they gonna be looking back on memories in the pen, in the penitentiary. Like, you remember when we used to go and play golf and we went on that cruise, and you remember when we went to, yeah. Go on and get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Yeah, I said it has to do with a couple. And one of the people, I feel like this is the one that's connected to you. Because I feel like one is a parent and one might be a step parent. So the parent that's biologically connected to you wishes they had just stayed happily single. Because dad's out here and now they trying to run and they can't go nowhere. They stuck with this bitch who talked them into stealing some damn money. Look at this. Bad credit, debt, unemployed. I told you these people about to be straight impoverished publicly. It's giving the energy of like you gonna be able to damn have their property seized and everything. Yeah, Spirit said love on yourself, because it doesn't matter how these other people treat you. You have to know that you are loved by the divine, that you are protected by the divine, that the divine looks at you as being a sacred being. And it's cliche-ish, but they say self-love is the best love. So, and especially when you're going through an intense betrayal, because when a parental figure does this type of stuff to you, it is like very heavy. As angry as you will be or as you want to be, it still weighs very heavy on your soul and on your heart, because from a human perspective, this is supposed to be your parent, this is supposed to be your provider, your protector, someone who wants the absolute best for you, who always has your best interest at heart. But when you find out how much this person, because what happens is when you find out how evil this person has been towards you, it's going to be like it's going to feel like, how could I be so unlovable? Because when your biological parent, or even if it's an adoptive parent or whatever, or your grandparent, when people do evil shit to you, and then you find out how heinous it was, like talking like I don't like going this deep into it, but we're talking about situations where it does happen, where people try to poison people and do little underhanded conniving stuff. Because what happens is, I mean, there's episodes of Dateline, tons of episodes of Dateline, tons of episodes of Snapped, tons of, like, crazy court cases where somebody did something and they got in too deep, and so they ended up unaliving somebody to try to get out of the problem. Like, come on now. Like, it may work, but what if it doesn't? And then you get, charged with homicide. I'm trying not to say too much. But so is this, when you find out the amount of debauchery that has occurred, it's going to be shocking, it's going to be traumatic, it's going to be extremely jarring to your system. And don't take this if it doesn't resonate. But it's going to be extremely jarring to your system, and you're going to need a lot of self-love. Because especially when a parent betrays you, that does something to your self-esteem. It does something to how you view yourself, how worthy you feel of love and the best in life, your value. Like, when your parent does some real hellified shit to you, it hit different. It just does. And as spiritual as I am, and as much as I know about how the divine works, and, like, our parents were really just the vessel to get us here into this realm, it's still, because we still have human aspects to ourselves, and we still deal in emotions and things like that. It's still gonna fuck with your self-esteem heavy. Especially if it's a situation where you are a daughter and it's your father, or you're a son and it's your mother. Like, whatever parent of the opposite sex, that shit really, it can really do a number on you. But Spirit said, don't worry, because you's a boss bitch. And I actually wrote BEE on my collective message. Like I said, that's why I said the letter B could be significant. Because I wrote, he wants to show you off and be your groupie. And I put BEE. So I was like, yeah, B is probably significant. And then we have Queen B. Yeah, these people were shady as hell. And like it's giving the energy where the people that did this would try to psychologically flip the script on you and say stuff like, oh, you're so money hungry and all you talk about is money and you just chase money and stuff like that. But they done stole yours. Like they living a chill life off of your money. Like, you say you're so beautiful. Thank you. So yeah, you're gonna have to cope with some shit now. And that's why Spirit is saying, don't turn to the bottle, turn to self-love. I know it's easier said than done. But and don't be out here ordering a bunch of Uber Eats, just sitting in the house gaining weight and shit either. Shit, I'm talking to myself. I done had a damn Sunday from Freddy's. Like I said, shocking news. Shocking news, honey. So just get ready. Look, police station. Folks is under investigation. Straight up. Being reckless as hell. Firestorm, karma, drama, endings, loss, mental breakdown. Yeah, these people, first of all, these people know that their time is numbered. Their days are numbered. They know that people are closing in on them with this investigation. And so they out here damn in mental anguish and shit. Look, here we go again. Spirit Team said we are fucking them up over you. And we'll continue to tear these jackasses up. Straight clowns. Honey, straight clown action. All right, let's see if I'm gonna pull any other cards. Yeah. Shocking news. And I just said shocking news, so I definitely feel like that this story that's gonna come out is newsworthy. Definitely a newsworthy story. And we talking about like national and international news. Man, I can't even imagine what a family could possibly do to somebody financially to make national and international news. Like, that's wild. You say you're resonating with what I'm saying. Okay. I'm glad, because I feel like I'm just talking right now, for real. I'm so glad that it's resonating, because I'm like, am I just talking? Am I just making up shit? Because I promise you, that's what trusting your intuition feels like. Like when you feel like you just rambling and talking crazy and talking about random shit and somebody is talking about is really their life. You said practice makes perfect. For real. Because, I mean, when I tell you, my imagination is wild. I could probably write some Shonda Rhimes-ish type screenplays and stuff and scripts with my imagination. Star ancestor. Here we go with the star beings, and I was talking about ancient Egypt with the pyramids. And you know, the pyramids at Giza are in alignment with the stars of Orion's belt. You said, I get that. You said, I feel like that comes with having intuition and discernment. Yes. Oh, my Lord, Spirit is showing out. I keep telling y'all some powerful beings. How both of these cards come out back to back? Y'all are some powerful star beings. Healers. High priestess. Wow. I just need for y'all to give homage to the level of power here. Just in these 4 cards. I'm gonna need y'all to really, it's giving Isis energy. I just really need for y'all to understand the magnitude. And it doesn't have to be Isis. It could be Ra. It could be, you know, any other god as well. But like just the 2 star cards, the high priestess and the healer. Come on now. You're a warrior. A warrior spirit is not to be fucked with. Because a warrior spirit has war. A warrior spirit wars in the spirit for the world. Do you hear me? You are warring in the spirit to help the entire world. So when you get dragged in the physical and you pull yourself up out of that shit, you are overcoming the world. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I think the live might be clocked. Not that it hasn't been clocked. We have a white witch be the light. Yeah, we're talking about divine beings. We're talking about humanitarians. We're talking about very powerful beings, like I said, with very ancient gifts that cannot be bestowed just upon anyone. And honey, we got Oracle out here, Seer. Come on now. And Lord. I just need to sit with this for a moment because this right here is giving like Jesus energy. I ain't gonna lie to you. On some real shit. I mean, when you are an oracle, a seer, a star being, and a high priestess, do you know the magnitude of what you are able to see? It's giving the ability to like astral travel at will. You know, like if you've ever astral traveled in your dream, Like sometimes you can control it. I don't know, I've I've always had astral travel dreams, but up until just recently I wasn't able to like control my energy in the dream. So like it was like I was learning to fly because I was feeling myself emerging like up through the ceiling, but then I would kind of come back down, and then I would have to push myself up again, and then I would kind of come back down, and then I finally broke through the spiritual metaphorical roof of whatever building I was in, and was like able to fly around and navigate and look at buildings and cities. And like when you can do that, especially in a waking state, I'm not saying I was awake for that time, but if you're able to do stuff like that in the waking state too, you could literally go anywhere in the world. You could just like set your GPS, your spiritual GPS, to like, okay, I want to go to Bangkok. And then you will actually travel, and like in real time, your energy can be in Bangkok, experiencing Bangkok while you still in a body. Bitch. Thank you for the follow. You said yes, having on the learning to fly, the coolest experience. And he says so cool. Yeah, it is. Um, and so like spirit is upgrading people, and like I know it's flu season, but I think a lot of people do really have more of ascension symptoms than the actual flu or whatever, whatever virus is going around. So if you find yourself like with a head cold, just congestion in general, I'm by no means saying to ignore the necessity to go to a doctor or anything like that, but I'm just saying that even though you may feel terrible, it could very well be ascension symptoms, because these gifts are coming online. And I'm not, when I say coming online, I use that term loosely because you were born with these gifts, but I'll just say that you're being made aware that you have the gifts. You said, is the topic astral projection? No, I would, because astral projection is slightly different from astral travel. So when you astral project, you actually project into another vessel. Because I've done that too. Now I was definitely asleep for that, but I projected into one of my ex's vessels, and this is for entertainment purposes only. And my spirit team showed me him walking into a hotel, getting on the elevator, going up to the room, and there was a woman waiting for him. I described what she had on and everything. It was like a little nighty short set, silky with flowers. I literally was seeing everything he was doing from his eyes, like his perspective, walking. You said, oh, okay, thank you for clarifying. You're welcome. But yeah. So my spirit team sometimes has to go to extreme measures to wake my ass up and to get me to realize what the fuck is really going on. Yeah. You say can't play with intuitive girls. No, ma'am. And he said that sounds terrible. I mean, it wasn't. You said I'd say the same stubborn. Yeah, it wasn't that terrible. Only because it was a situation where I just really like I didn't see a future in us anyway, so it was just kind of like, okay. It was kind of fun to see his reaction of me describing how he went in the hotel, like what the hotel looked like, what route he took to the elevator, how he went in the room, what she had on. Like it was wild to watch his reaction. But when I tell you he was trying to contain himself. He looked like a cross between like seeing a ghost and about to shit on himself. So of course he never admitted it. Like I low key, I felt kind of crazy. Like, am I tripping? Like, did I just make that up? But like my spirit team had me remember like very specific details, blow by blow, in order to like smack me upside the head. Like, come on now, like this is what's going down. And so yeah, like one time I astral projected into this house where my dog was being dog sat when he was a puppy. And like I was able to see everything that was going on. They were mistreating my dog and everything. And lo and behold, when I went to pick him up, I had given her a cage and a playpen, like one of those like collapsible playpens. His playpen was so saturated with urine. It was like she had left him in there almost 24/7, because when I had astral traveled into the apartment, my energy was like hovering in the ceiling, and this is for entertainment purposes only. But it was hovering in the ceiling, and I could see like her and her boyfriend fighting. I could hear my dog barking. I mean, it was like his barking was like continuous. It seemed I was only in there for a few minutes to observe what was happening. But I don't know how the neighbors like didn't call, you know, whatever, security or whatever for the noise, because I was like, he's not gonna stop barking. And so yeah. So two things happened that confirmed my astral projection. Um, no, astral travel that time, because I didn't project into anyone. But the astral travel. So I told you I saw her and her boyfriend fighting. It was he seemed drunk in the fight, and my dog being mistreated. So when I got there to pick him up, and this is what makes her so simple. You left my dog's playpen saturated with urine. And I know I was a new dog mom. I had had a dog when I was really little, but I was a new dog mom. And I knew just from talking to certain people about potty training and stuff that dogs will not use the bathroom where they lay down. They just won't. So they will hold it until they absolutely cannot hold it anymore. And even though he was a puppy, most dogs could still hold their urine for a significant amount of time. And when I tell you that thing was saturated, like he had been in there for days. And then she told me that her boyfriend got fired from work because he went to work hungover or drunk or something like that. And so that was the fight that I was watching between them. And like she was telling me that she was having to do like DoorDash or Uber Eats or something like that in order to try to supplement now, because he was like fired because he fell asleep. It was like he worked on the complex and he fell asleep at work, and it was because he was drunk or hungover or both or whatever. So long story short, I had the astral travel and it was confirmed when I got there. But yeah, my collective is very powerful spiritual beings, very ancient beings. The winter is significant, so something's about to pop off this winter. Very powerful spiritual beings who have very high callings, who are here to basically take this bitch back from the people who have jacked it up. Yeah, well, you mean trust the people to watch the dog? Yeah. Yeah, and like she pretended like it was from the Rover app, and I'm not like bashing the Rover app because there probably are really good people on there. But this particular person, she purported to be somebody that loved dogs, grew up with dogs and all of that. And like I said, my dog was a puppy. So it wasn't like he was like, and he was pretty much potty trained when I took him over there. He was still working on it, but he took the potty training very quickly. And so he really wasn't like a hard dog to take care of either. Now I will say he did nip at people. He's got a tad of an anger issue. He's got a little bit of an anger issue. So, but I warned her of all of that. But it's still, like, at least just take my dog for a walk. You know, like, if you gonna leave him in the cage because he done nipped at you or some shit, at least take him for a walk. Right. Like, I'm not justifying it, but like I would rather you leave him in the cage for an extended period of time than to hurt my dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, if it's a choice between throwing him up against the wall or damn putting him in the cage, put his ass in the cage. But at least take him for a walk so that he can go pee pee. You know. Yeah, I was very upset. I was extremely upset. But I don't know, y'all. Should I do a love reading? I know somebody out there want a damn love reading. You said not me, gave up on that after my last ex. Oh my God. Well, I'm not giving up on love. I'm not. Let's get Spirit. Please give us confirmation on these divine unions. One of the things is that, setting boundaries is going to be really important. Detaching from the outcome of these situations is going to be very important, because a lot of divine unions are either already in separation, going into separation, and it's probably going to look real bleak for a time period. You're gonna want it to be a situation where it's all smooth and everything comes together perfectly and all of that, but there's just some things that have to be worked out, and you have to stand firm on your boundaries. Like, make that person, Spirit saying, make that person work for you. Stand firm on your boundaries. If there's something that they're not giving to you, like the emotional support you need, they are giving you, the physical touch or affection or whatever it is that you feel like is a deal breaker, that you hold near and dear, that that you embody, that you're willing to give that same energy to someone who's giving it to you, but we not doing no one-sided relationships. You said I had the most intense 4-year relationship. We ended 2 years ago, and he's been playing games. I cut him off 2 days ago for real, finally. Okay. But he wasn't working for or respecting boundaries. There you go. And walking away. The first card's out. Taking your power back. Walking away in order to have a new beginning, a fresh start, and a completely new energy. Look at this, what I was talking about earlier. These folks going through tower moments. The illusions are being removed. The veil is being lifted. They're starting to have to see exactly what their life is and what life around them is, and acknowledge those things. Yeah. That tower moment is going to definitely take care of that. I can guarantee you. And then the reconciliation will be the new beginning. The fresh start. And like I was talking about being stuck in the past. And, we can really sabotage relationships by being stuck in the past. Hi, Adonis. And so it's going to be really important to recognize when the work needs to be done. And like with the Knight of Cups in reverse, this is giving the energy of like someone who is not very emotionally mature. This is like giving narcissistic energy where people are playing with your emotions, playing on your top. What did homegirl say? Play with my ussy, but don't play with my emotions. But this is definitely someone who is like not in command of their emotions, all over the place. gets thrown off really easily. Like I feel like it's given the energy of when somebody gets overstimulated, then they can't take it. So you said for real, I'm so over it. Play with your play with your phallus. But not me. And you said low key me. Yeah, like being having unstable emotions and like a dysregulated nervous system and all that stuff is what puts you in that energy. But Spirit said the cycle will be closed, the circle will be closed, it will be complete, all cycles will be complete. Because that's what happens sometimes. There has to be a tower moment and you go into separation. And that's basically what a tower moment is. And that's why you have like a male and masculine and feminine falling in opposite directions, signifying separation. And just, having to go through each individual having to go through their own stuff while they're in separation in order to have this fresh start. There's work to do. Use this separation wisely. Give yourself the opportunity to do the work necessary. And yeah, Spirit said change is gonna come. The wheel is turning. The cycles are closing. Because what happens is a lot of times when you have a divine union, when you have a soul contract with someone, when you meet, you are going to trigger things in each other. You're going to awaken each other. Like, even if one is more awakened than the other, you're still going to, like, we constantly are going through awakenings. So that person's energy awakens you to the parts of them that need to be awakened, if that makes any sense. So, like, the person comes into your life and you remember them energetically. You remember what you all are supposed to be doing in this lifetime. You start to remember how this person fits into your purpose. So, whether it's consciously or just energetically, it's 9 times out of 10. I'm not gonna say 9 times out of 10, but I would say more than half of the time, you're not fully aware of what's happening. It's happening more on a spiritual and energetic level. And so that's what throws people off, because you meet this person, there's an intense connection really quickly on both of your parts. You both are like instantly falling in love with each other, and then there's this separation and this tower moment, and both of you are having to kind of be like, metaphorically ripped apart, tossed out of the building on your head in order to be in order to do the work, to finish doing the work that needs to be done to close this cycle of bullshit ass relationships. Because in order to finally have a successful relationship, you have to be able to release the past, release the negative emotions of the past, the trauma of the past, to be able to walk away from whatever is not serving you. to be able to walk away from people who are not supportive of you having a loving, happy, healthy relationship, walking away from friends, family members, co-workers, whoever who throws shade at you, who throws shade at your relationship. And that's why I was telling Chelsea earlier, I was like, stop telling me these people about your relationship, how happy you are, how, whatever this person bought you or wherever you all went or where they took you, because there are like straight up bona fide hateful ass people that really do not want to see other people happy in relationships because their marriage is so fucking miserable. And it's not about, oh, I want to warn you against marriage because mine is so terrible. No. They want their marriage to be happy. They want their marriage to be loving, romantic, successful, but they shit is fucked up, so they don't want you having what they don't have. Shit. So basically, when you, and Spirit is also saying, like, when you walked away from this person is when this person started having a tower moment. And basically having to face the grief that they experienced from the past, and having to do some more inner child healing work. Because also too, what ends up happening when someone is in the energy of like freaked out by how strong the connection is and all of that, this is the type of energy they get in, like sabotage time. I don't want this. I'm scared of this. I don't know what to do with this. I'm just gonna, like, I feel they showing me Eddie Murphy where he's like, la 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 la. I am not Mr. Jeffrey. I cannot hear. I can't remember what movie that is. That might have been Beverly Hills Cop or something. I don't know. But yeah, like just trying to be in a state of like ignoring what has to be done. But you see how they have the world's card here with the closed cycle. And so like I was saying before, I'm not sure if it was this live, but I know I've said it before in the live, that when a divine union comes together because of their high calling, when they get together and they close cycles, especially when they close the final cycle of regarding relationships, their relationship is healing and closing cycles for traumatic relationships globally. So like these two, now I'm talking about two particular very high ranking beings in particular. There's divine unions and then there's the divine union. So the divine union, when they come together, is definitely going to be healing the masculine and feminine family unit on a global level. Yes. Okay, that was Beverly Hills Cop. You said yes, yes, yes. You said it totally was so intense. I felt like I was in his life to expose the truth his mother told for 30 years. That's how it happens. You say, yeah, they full of it because someone I no longer recognize hurt me in shocking ways and claimed it was all because he missed me and didn't know how to act. Yeah. He said got a whole nother girlfriend 5 months after a 4-year relationship. He said, I'm not going to fall for the bananas. Right. I'm not going to fall for the banana in the tail, but okay. But yeah, this is basically confirmation of what I was saying, what I channeled about this love relationship, this divine union, and separation. But the good news is that there is reconciliation in the cards. And so I'm about to get off of here. I think it's the perfect time. It's 11:11 here. Or it was 11:11 just a second ago. And so I'm about to eat a little bit of peanut butter and some pretzels. Don't judge me. It's a nice little snack. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for vibing with me this evening. I will see y'all at a later time. You're welcome. Thank you, Jody. All right, y'all. See y'all later.